Hello everyone. I'm the Apache, and welcome to the Apache Chronicles. Today, before we start, there are a few things I'd like to say. Firstly, I'd like to thank everyone who has been following the work done here in the channel. Thank you for all your comments and reviews, they help me to grow and meet your expectations. Our main goal is to tell our tales and chronicles, pass on useful information, so players can develop their playing skills and knowledge on the game, but also entertain and learn new things from you. Secondly, today, we have a special guest. My game wife, Deva. As you know, marriage is a bliss. And today's chapter is dedicated to the married folks who either play together in-game, or the ones who just sit at the desk while getting that deadly look from the couch. You can't see it, but you can feel it staring at your neck. So, without further ado, welcome wife. Say hello to everyone.
Hello darlings. I'm Deva. I'm here to help this knucklehead of a husband. This part is divided in two sections, A and B. In this video we'll try to explain what is a normal attack. Apache, stop with the jibber jabber and start the damn thing, you turtle.
Okay. So, in the last part, we had an overall about synergies and the main pieces about them. Today, we'll start on the heal and weakness synergy. I just would like to go over a few basics that will help in a better understanding in a larger scale. In any battle report, there is a section called Battle Record. This shows in detail what happened during a battle, second per second. This section should be considered, religious folks forgive me, the Saint Graal for any player who wants to understand better about the functionalities of a synergy. Well, as previously said, this guide is designed for mid-game players, so, to keep this video short, I won't explain this in detail now, but rather an overall needed to link up with synergies. Nevertheless, if you don't know how to interpret a battle report, don't fright. The second chapter of this handbook is already set to explain this, so hold tight for chapter 2, called Battle Mechanics. Continuing. As you can see in the report, the commander's lineup is placed behind the deployed troops formation. We'll assign Roman numbers to them, 1 to 5. In front of each commander, there is a column, also numbered from 1 to 5, but in cardinal numbers. Each column holds different rows which are organized by troop types. In other words, within each column, we have row A, with infantry, row B, with cavalry, row C with spearmen, and row D, with bows. These rows are related to the troop types and the formation you send to battle. For instance, to this battle, I sent all the 4 troop types that are in game. And I used the infantry cavalry formation. So, in the battle report they are displayed like this. The perfect example of that can be seen in the enemy side, in which it's possible to see how a spearman infantry formation is displayed in the battle report. Now, added to this, let's suppose that the enemy hadn't sent any infantry nor bows, for example, but kept the same formation displayed there. By doing that, there'd have been shown a locked space instead of the given deployed troop types rows. The possible impacts of leaving blank rows in between your deployed troops lines is something we'll only explore in chapter 2. So, let's progress. As I was previously explaining, each commander is responsible for 1 deployed column. The enemy formation follows the same pattern. Fundamentally, each formation's columns are bound to launch attacks at each other. When I say fundamentally, I don't mean it as a rule of thumb that will happen 100% of the times. Most of the attacks of a given column are usually directed towards the opposite column of the same number, but it is paramount to notice, this does not happen considering the column as a full element. Columns are introduced there as elements assigned to each commander at their backline. The mechanics of troops launching attacks take us to another level of detail and information, which I'll explain now. By now, you already know how rows, displayed in purple, and commanders' columns, displayed in red, are assigned, and what each one of them means. The game battle mechanics, however, takes us a step further. The intersection of these two elements, rows and columns, forms a third element. At this moment let's call them cells. Each cell is a result of the intersection of a given row with a given commander's column. In GoTWiC Winter is Coming, these cells are called lineups. It may sound a bit confusing now, but as we progress, you'll get used to it. To explain this, I'll enhance the report's zoom a little bit more, so there are no doubts about this. Okay, now we're good to go. As you can see, these lineups are named with the crossed information between rows and columns. Meaning, each lineup attribution will always start with a row letter, and a commander's column number they are assigned to. Let's get the example of lineups from row A. For row A, the cell from commander column 1 is named lineup A1. The cell from commander column 2 is named lineup A2. The cell from commander column 3 is named lineup A3. The cell from commander column 4 is named lineup A4. The cell from commander column 5 is named lineup A5. The same pattern is also valid to the lineups from other rows, as you can see. As a final picture, this is how lineups are organized. Each one of these lineups, or cells as I prefer it, launches individual attacks at the enemy formation during battle. This is the exact point that I don't want to go further now, only in chapter 2. But, to understand that these troop attacks are classified as normal attacks is the point I wanted to reach.
Apache, sorry, I have a question.
Yes, dear? Of course. What is the question?
How is this related to commander synergies? Better yet, to the heal and weakness synergy?
Thanks, dear, that's a wonderful question. As I was saying, the troops launches normal attacks in game. I just need to add this. To be quite frank, I've tried figuring out a pattern assigned to these normal attacks, and all I could reach so far is that most of them are directed to the opposite enemy column. There are some spin-off attacks to lineups close to their target. Perhaps, these are about a spearman who threw his spear the wrong way. Or a rider's horse that wasn't fed right. Or even a bowman who lost an eye in a previous war. I can't precise. But before chapter 2, I'll try to pray for the old gods to seek some guidance, and also to keep my eyes in place. Despite unraveling so many battle reports. Therefore, as a conclusion on this, we can dare to say that normal attacks can be classified as the lineup attacks launched in battle against enemy ones, and in general, most of these attacks are focused on the opposite enemy column. And now, to answer my wife's question, and the ones who are also wondering, the importance to explain the normal attack concept, and the mechanics of a lineup, I'll answer. In GOT Winter is Coming, the King's commander in charge of the heal and weakness synergy is this guy. Jaime Lannister. He is the main piece in the chessboard here. His awakened skill, as it follows, when allied lineups receive healing, the lineup's normal attack changes to weakness attack for 5 seconds. In the section B of the heal and weakness synergy part, that is, in the next video, I'll unravel all there is to know about the weakness attack concept and its battle mechanics, as well as all the commanders that work to support this synergy. So, stay tuned for the next video. Apache hugs.